is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
We know that we're the people who are closest to you, that you can get your hands on, but we're not the problem.
Strong words from President Jack Thomas. Hear more about what he had to say to WIU faculty and staff coming up.
And a former mayor has passed away. What Mayor Mike Inman has to say, former mentor ahead.
It's getting hot outside, the sun is out, and we will have some rain coming this week. Storm Team 3 will have your weather forecast later on.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
But first, President Jack Thomas speaks to faculty and staff on the ongoing contract talks at WIU. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. I'm Terrence Black.
And I'm Devin Brooks. Several WIU employees spoke at the Board of Trustees meeting with their concerns about the university, and Thomas responded to the continuing negotiations.
We know that individuals want increases in salaries. We know that we can't give what we don't have. If we fund a contract, if we agree on a certain contract and it requires a lot of funding, how would we fund it? This is the third year. We're about to go into a fourth year. You know how challenging this is to be in a leadership role? And I don't think people understand.
And UPI Employee Union President Bill Thompson sent a statement to News 3 saying UPI looks forward to working with the administration in a spirit of mutual sacrifice and mutual reward. Contract negotiations between UPI and WIU administration has been going on since December 2016, and they've been meeting with a federal mediator since October of last year. Both sides reported last week that they are close to a tentative agreement. We will keep you updated on the latest developments.
Former Macomb Mayor Robert Anstein has died at the age of 81. Anstein was elected mayor in 1973. His obituary notes that at the age 36, he was the youngest mayor elected in Macomb's history. He was also the longest serving mayor of Macomb, as he was re-elected 6 times and held the office until 1991. News 3 spoke to current Macomb Mayor Mike Inman, who says Anstein was a good friend and a mentor to him.
Someone I looked up to when I chose to make a decision to run for mayor 7 or so years ago, and Bob was one of the first persons I went to, asked for his advice, asked him for his blessing, so to speak, and I counted on Bob's counsel and his wisdom.
Services are set to begin tomorrow to honor the former mayor's life. Visitation for Anstein will take place tomorrow at the Cluxton Tibbetts Funeral Home from 5 to 7 p.m. Funeral services begin Thursday at 10:30 a.m. at the Wesley United Methodist Church. In other news, Macomb Mayor Mike Inman gave his State of the City address on Monday.
Mayor Inman says one of the biggest challenges facing the city is the lower student enrollment at WIU, but he says there are a lot of other positive things that everyone should look at.
Over $1/3 billion of public and private investment that has occurred since 2014 is occurring now or is likely to occur by the end of 2019. I think if people thought about that for just a moment, they would think, you know, we've got some issues, but we've also got some very good things happening in Macomb too.
His address, Mayor Inman says unemployment is down. Crime is down 32% over the last 5 years. Revenues are running overall slightly ahead of expenses in the unbalanced general fund, and the sales tax revenue is down 6%.
Macomb is introducing a new program in order to bring more businesses to town. The Downtown Macomb Retail Business Competition will give entrepreneurs a chance at almost $30,000 in prizes. Prospective owners will attend a series of workshops and classes to learn how to run a small business. Attendees will also give a business plan and pitch their ideas. The pitches and plans will be judged. An informational meeting about the competition will be held on May 31st at City Hall. Workshops and classes will begin June 7th. The final events of the competition will be held at the Forum on July 19th.
And in more local news, a Macomb restaurant is getting ready to reopen after they were shut down last week by the health department. Jerk Shop Go recently failed a health inspection. On Tuesday, April 24th, the restaurant failed the inspection with 9 foodborne illness factors and 7 repeat violations. The main problem was the improper storage of food that was to be served. In an automated message received today, the Jerk Shop says it's scheduled to reopen next Monday. And the Galesburg Police Department just ended their first distracted driving campaign. More than 300 citations were given out over the course of this campaign. Lieutenant Russell of the Galesburg Police Department said his department is encouraging drivers to stop using cell phones and other devices. During this 2-week campaign, the department handed out 208 electronic communication device citations, 7 fugitive arrests, and 31 uninsured motorist citations. Distracted Driving Month may be over, but the Galesburg Police Department says it will continue to work to stop distracted driving.
The WIU University Union Board will be bringing big-name artists to Western tomorrow night for their end-of-the-year event known as Westfest. Pop star, singer, and songwriter Jesse McCartney and rapper Waka Flocka will be performing tomorrow night in the University Union Grand Ballroom at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6 p.m. with a live performance by electronic music DJ and producer DJ Reckless. Tickets can be purchased online at the Handline Theater. Tickets are $10 for WIU students and $15 for the public. Tickets for the meet and greet for Jesse McCartney are sold out. For more information about the event, visit UUB on Facebook. Hansel and Gretel is getting turned into an opera. The fairy tale opera will be made into 3 sections and to 3 separate acts. The WIU School of Music will be presenting the performance. The play will take place at the Handline Theater on May 4th and 5th at 7:30 p.m. The public has to pay $15 and WIU students are free.
The Western Illinois University Department of Art will host its annual Spring Art Sale from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Monday, May 7th to Wednesday, May 9th in the University Union Bratton Lounge. The art sale will feature original works of ceramics, prints, jewelry, photography, and more. A portion of the proceeds will provide financial support for WIU students. For more information, visit the WIU Department of Art's website.
Well, coming up next on Live at 4.
Hundreds of kids took part in the annual Community Carnival this past weekend. We'll have a look at the fun right after the break.
Why I love to do sports anchoring? Because, it's talking about sports. I decided to come to Western because I wanted an experience that wasn't like some other schools. I did color commentary for 1 volleyball game. I was terrified. I never did any broadcasting in high school, but when I was talking, it was all, staggered, and I had no idea what I was saying, and now I've done so many different games as a color commentator, play-by-play, now sports anchor. Every show and every game, it gets easier and easier, and I get more comfortable doing it.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary, but I'm a little misunderstood. Buddy! Sorry, I almost killed you. We've all been misunderstood. You're not a fighter.
Oh, I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his color. Learn more at understood.org.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
I want to be able to stand in front of a camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only people who are directly involved but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
And welcome back. It's an annual tradition that brings kids and families to the community. Organizers say the event Youth Day Carnival wouldn't be possible without the volunteers that take the time to help. All aboard, kids made their way to the annual Youth Day Carnival put on by Big Brothers Big Sisters at the McDonough County YMCA in Macomb on Saturday.
I went to throw balls and I went on the bouncy house.
The fun was all around, from the slides, laser tag, and inflatables. The little ones got to let off some energy.
Okay, so tell me, what are you doing here today?
I'm having a lot of fun today.
Okay, and what have you done?
I have to run. I got cotton candy, and I saw the train, and I ride on it after the fire truck. It was so much fun.
She's right. Kids got to see a fire truck, get a face painting, and of course eat some carnival food.
Eat some cotton candy because it was a carnival.
And organizers say a few years ago this event was called the Kiddie Carnival, but when that group stopped hosting it, they wanted to bring it back.
Just to do something to make the kids happy, because not a lot of kids can go to a carnival or have the pleasure to come to Chicago to actually see a carnival, so why not bring it to them?
Organizers say more than 15 local organizations volunteered and took the time to help with the event.
And we're here because we believe that it's important to give back to the community that gives us so much.
The event planners say the money made from the concessions went to the YMCA, and organizers feel the event was a success.
Kids came out, it was a great turnout. Laughs, the snow cones, the cotton candy machine.
And organizers say more than 400 people showed up on Saturday, and they hope the event continues to grow next year.
What a great event for those children. WIU will be honoring those who died in the past year in the WI community with the annual tree memorial planting. The brief ceremony will take place on May 2nd at 11 a.m. at the Memorial Tree Grove located on the southeast side of University Village. This is the 15th year WIU is doing this memorial service. One tree is planted honoring the faculty and staff of WIU who have died or have passed away in the last year. To date, there are 51 trees that WIU have planted. The people you see on their screen are those who will be honored in this year. Each year, millions of Americans face the reality of living with mental illness. That's why this May is a month to bring awareness to the issue. And here's Reed Binion with today's Health Minute.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, bringing attention to the need for screening and treatment. According to new research released by Nationwide Children's Hospital, 87% of Americans surveyed agree that more mental health support for children and adolescents needs to be available. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, just over 20%, or about 1 in 5 children, have had a seriously debilitating mental disorder. The National Institute of Mental Health defines a serious mental illness as a mental, behavioral, or emotional disorder that limits one or more major life activity. The NIH also reports that there were about 45 million adults living with a mental illness in 2016. Of those, almost 10.5 million were serious mental illnesses. If you or someone you know has a mental illness, there are resources to help. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
For more details about Mental Health Awareness Month, visit the Butte Health Center for more information.
And summer-like weather outside. Can we keep out the sunglasses, or do we need to get out the umbrellas?
Molly Naisling has the weather next.
I chose Western Illinois University because I could get involved right away. You're going to gain experience. I'm going to be able to just become successful right out the gate. I'll be a news reporter and eventually become a news anchor one day. I've always felt that as a strong speaker, I could be a voice for the voiceless, but as long as I continue to believe in myself, work hard, and show that I want to put my best foot forward, I think that anything is possible.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help.
And slowly, you learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So,
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today, I'm just an aluminum can, but one day, I could be a stadium.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, Macomb. We're finally seeing some more summer-like temperatures as this is the first day of May today. We only have one more week of school, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We have 85 degrees outside is the current temperature. Partly cloudy skies. We've been seeing some big white fluffy clouds moving in and out of our area. Our dew point right now is 54 degrees. Humidity is at 35%, and our winds are coming out of the south at 16 miles per hour. A little bit gusty out there right now. The winds are actually going to pick up as the day continues, but those won't start off until tonight. Looking at the almanac, as you can see, we are much higher than what our average is for this time of year. Again, 85 outside at the moment, with 69 being our current normal average high. We have hit a record of 90 degrees before, and we're staying away from that record low of 29. Looking at the current surface map, again, we do have some rain off to the northwest, but that's not going to be moving into our area just yet. We are going to be keeping an eye on that as the week continues, but right now we still have some perfectly sunshiny skies. As we can see on the map behind me here, again, we've had just a few clouds in our area today, not a whole lot going on there. Little clouds here and there, not so much in the way of rain or anything like that. Temperatures across the region are in the 80s right now. Again, here in Macomb, 84, 85 degrees. Beardstown, 87, and Quincy, 86. Tonight, we're going to get down into the mid to upper 60s. We have some low 60s across the area as well. Overall, it's going to be a relaxing night as far as temperatures go. And then tomorrow, we're going to get back up into the 80s again. Wednesday is going to be just about our last day for 80s this week, unfortunately, as we see later on the week. Again, tomorrow night, we're going to see our temperatures get down into the 60s again. A little bit warmer than what tonight we're going to see, but again, still in the 60s. And then tonight, again, 63 degrees for our temperature. Winds out of the south-southwest at 17 miles per hour with partly cloudy skies. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a high of 82 degrees. Again, winds are going to be out of the south at 17. Now, as the evening continues and progresses into tomorrow, we are likely to see gusts close to 27 miles per hour. But for the most part, we're going to see that for our wind. Then for your 5-day forecast, again tomorrow, 82 degrees for the high with a low of 66. Thursday is when we're going to see the chance for some thunderstorms in our forecast with a high of 74. And then Friday, 75 with partly cloudy skies. Saturday and Sunday, we're going to move the clouds out of our area with more sunshine with highs in the upper 70s.
Well, with the warmer temperatures comes the thunderstorms.
That is true. We're going to be keeping an eye on tomorrow with our thunderstorms. The chance for thunderstorms as the week continues will decrease. Tomorrow is going to be our highest chance.
All right, thanks for that weather update, Molly. I can imagine that things are heating up in sports today.
Terrence, you're totally right. It was really hot this past weekend. Coming up next on Live at 4, contact and contracts for Leathernecks across campus. As the WIU women's softball team in their final home games of the season, the Bats coming alive in the down-to-the-wire battle against the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State. And several Leatherneck players got calls this week from coaches at the next level. Find out who those players are and where they're going to head next in sports.
We do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Zach Stone. Coming off their 10-0 thrashing of Illini West, the Macomb High School's girls softball team were back in action last night. The visiting Quincy Blue Devils trying to play spoiler as Macomb were seeking to get back-to-back wins. The Bomber flag flying high as players took the field for the afternoon matchup. You see nice sunny skies like Molly was talking about a little bit earlier. In the middle innings we go. Kaylee Owsley hits an RBI single to right field, scoring the runner from second. Quincy already way ahead in this one, 4-0 in the fourth inning. And they would continue to do it. Taylor Frink, this time she hits it to third. Reagan Emmerich catches it and gets the double play at first. Macomb getting out of the jam there. And they would try and get the bats alive. This time Sophie Whitford hits a fly ball to right field, but QHS Taylor Frank enacting some revenge. The layout, the snag, and the diving catch keeping the Bombers at bay. Maggie Valillo, this time she hits it over into right field past the second baseman, and you see the collision there by the second baseman and the right fielder. One run scores. Valillo chugs her way on to third. The Bombers on the board finally 6-1. And they would not quit. Kelsey Cawthon hits an RBI single to right field to score the runner from second. But it would not be enough. Macomb dropping this one 7-2. The Blue Devils add one more in the seventh inning, and the Bombers don't get enough done offensively, dropping that one to Quincy High School. The WIU women's softball team were also in action over the weekend. The last home games of the season for the Leathernecks saw the Jackrabbits of SDSU take the field at Mary Ellen McKee. After dropping game one to the Jackrabbits, the women would find their groove in a nail-biting game number 2. Early inning action in this one. It's a strong hit by Hallie Hollitz at the plate into right field. The catch in right field, but it's going to score Jasmine Lara. She tags up and gets her way home. You're going to see it on a replay here. Jasmine Lara, really smart baseball, really smart softball just mentality. Jasmine Lara going to tag up here. You see it holding and chugging down the line, is going to beat out the throw at the plate. But it would not last long into the fifth inning this time. And Lindsay Christ sends that one to Jupiter and back. Over the scoreboard it goes. And the Jackrabbits right back in this one, 1-1 in the top of the fifth inning. Bottom of the fifth now, as you see Lindsay Christ just happily chugging her way on home. Bottom of the fifth now, Hallie Hollitz getting her name back on the scoreboard as rip into the shortstop. Gets under the arm, and Lara comes around, scores her second run of the game. The Leathernecks jump back in front 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth. And we're going to stay right here. This time it's Sydney Botino. After scoring another run, she rips one into left field. One more run is going to score. The Leathernecks up 4-1 at this point and looking pretty comfortable. But they would not be out of the woods just yet. This time it's Paige Gerdes. She's going to find the gap. Lots of green out there in left center. 2 runs score. The Leathernecks can't get the cutoff in. There's no ball coming home. The Jackrabbits right back in this one 4-3. And they would have the runner at the plate to win the game. But look at this double play. Snag, grab, throw, double play. Western takes this one 4-3 at the wire. The Jackrabbits fight down to the wire, but they see that game-ending double play ruin their day. Hallie Hollitz makes the difference. Her 2 runs batted in put the Leathernecks up 4-3. And after 3 days of drafting, 30 NFL teams are now set to bolster their roster by signing undrafted free agents. With no Leathernecks taken in this year's draft, several players awaited the call that could change their lives. And wide receiver Jalen Acklin was the first Leatherneck to get that call. You're seeing some of his season highlights here. Acklin, a senior, logged 1,300 yards on 84 catches while reaching the end zone 10 times during his breakout year. He also logged 500-yard games throughout the season. The Mountain View, Missouri native signed with the Baltimore Ravens. Western Illinois head coach Jared Elliott said that the Leatherneck family are very happy for Jalen and will be following his growth in the NFL. And while Acklin has been the only player to sign a free agent contract, there are other Leathernecks who caught the eye of NFL coaches. Jacob Judd, the big offensive lineman, getting a minicamp invite down in New Orleans. Defensive back David Griffith earning a place on the LA Chargers minicamp roster. And finally, Macomb native Brett Taylor getting a call to go to minicamp with the Minnesota Vikings. We'll keep you updated on Leatherneck sightings throughout the following weeks. That's sports. Final word is next.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you've smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western Day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand, said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
National Broadcasting Society helps the future of broadcasting get the tools needed to succeed in an ever-growing media world. At Western Illinois University, the professional connections students bring to our chapter of NBS have opened doors to networking possibilities that students otherwise wouldn't have. The opportunities we are given as students at WIU allow us to make connections today for success tomorrow.
As the year comes to an end, we have to say goodbye to the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism's mentor, friend, and chair, Dr. William Buzz Hoon.
He'll be the new Associate Dean for the College of Fine Arts and Communications as of July 1st. Even though he will not have his office on the 3rd floor of Salee, we still hope to see you around. Congratulations again. Yeah, he's been very welcoming, and he's been a great leader of the program.
He's been very helpful in all of our career process, and you know, he wants the best for us, so who can ask for more, right?
Yeah, Buzz is the whole reason that I found myself at this department, so it's really sad to see him go.
Yeah, we wish you the best of luck, Buzz. And over to weather right now. We're warming up, but we have a chance of storms on Thursday.
Do have a chance of storms coming up tomorrow. We're going to see a high of 82 degrees with a low of 66. Thursday is when we are going to see that chance for thunderstorms rolling in. Throughout the day on Thursday, we're likely to see thunderstorms, and then that chance will slowly taper off as the evening continues. Into Friday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies with a high of 75. Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see highs of 78 and 77 with mostly sunny skies. So we're going to have plenty of sunshine with this weekend coming up, even though it is leading into finals week.
Right. Thanks, Molly. I mean, we've all wanted this hot weather, but I don't know if I'm really ready for the 82 degrees. I mean, that's really unexpected for spring.
No, I'm not ready for it either.
I know. Well, that's all for us today.
But we're online all the time.
Stay up to date with us, news3wyu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WYU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macabre.